This is Dr. Todd Lee, 2012 IFBB North American Lightweight Bodybuilding Champion. Today I'm going to talk about the best mass building prohormones of 2014. It's really not that complicated. If you saw the video on the side effects of prohormones, I'm going to use the same chart because it was easy for people to follow along when I have some type of graphic representation of what I'm talking about. So for building mass, you need to basically have some type of testosterone derivative to bind to the androgen receptors. You can also benefit from some estrogen because estrogen alpha and beta receptors both build muscle. IGF-1 and satellite cell migration occur from estrogen, which is relatively unknown. That's why certain wet steroids work better. So the old Test, Deca, D-ball stack, those are pretty wet steroids. They all convert to estrogen or cause some type of bloating, some type of estrogen conversion. That's why they work better for mass building, is because the estrogen receptors alpha and beta. So we don't want to use overly dry cycles for mass building. We want to use relatively wet or neutral cycles. Now the best compound of all is the 1-AD or 1-andro or 1-androstenedione. That converts into 1-test. 1-test doesn't convert into DHT, doesn't convert into estrogen. So it's a straight androgen receptor binder. It's just about as purely anabolic as it can be, also known as a selective androgen receptor modulator. If we went with something like 4-AD, which converts into testosterone, testosterone is going to function just like it would the normal parent hormone. 5-AD converts into estrogen and testosterone. So 5-AD, which is also known as just DHEA, is going to be relatively wet as far as prohormones go. Also good for a wet bulk, not necessarily good for a lean mass build or a dry bulk. Or also, yeah, lean mass build. Now, we want to stay away from all the dry stuff, the stuff that converts to DHT, the stuff that inhibits aromatase, because then you lose the estrogen's benefit. A lot of the reasons why people get sloppy and wet on the bulking cycles is because they're eating like garbage, and so they have all types of issues with sodium and fat and water accumulation causing bloating and skin stretching and stretch marks. Most of that's diet, but some of it could be estrogen related. So if you're doing a lean mass build and you want to be able to stay away from that, just stick to your 1-test and a little bit of 4-AD or 4-androstenedione. The Deca conversion, like Decavol, that one is going to be even better than most because it is the most androgen receptor binding than any of the testosterone family. The nandrolone family binds stronger. It has some downsides. It does convert to estrogen, but not as much as testosterone. Instead of converting to DHT like testosterone does, it converts into DHN, which is actually controversial. Some people feel that it's estrogenic in function. Some people think that it's just so not androgenic in function that it's relatively estrogenic because it doesn't inhibit the aromatase as much as DHT would from a testosterone molecule. With the Decavol is a prohormone that converts into Deca. That's going to be your best bet for that type of effect. Now with Deca, you're going to have some progesterone and prolactin effect, so you'll have some type of sexual function dysfunction. So basically, in order to combat that, the best thing to do is turn up the testosterone. So in a prohormone cycle, if you're going to use something like Decavol, you can use 4-AD with it. And the AMS Ultimate Stack comes with both of those together so that the Decavol side effect is canceled out by the 4-AD strength. So ultimately, the very best cycle you could use would be 1-AD, 4-AD, and Decavol to get the Decavol's effect on the androgen receptor binder, the purely anabolic effect of the 1-test, and the 4-AD's conversion to testosterone to keep your sex drive and sexual functioning normal. So that is the best lean mass prohormones of 2014. This is Todd Lee, M.D. Have a great day.